Hey guys, Christian here, healthcare recruiter from ACM Healthcare. Now, have you ever been in that situation where you've completed an interview and you're at the stage of limbo, where you're awaiting feedback? We've all been in that situation. The good news is the hard part's finally over, the interview's done, and now the waiting game begins. What exactly to do? Now, there's a lot of strategy at play during the interview process. It's very much a game of chess or poker. Even post-interview, until you've officially offered or declined the role, every interaction, email, phone call exchange is being considered, and playing your cards right is extremely vital in pushing the outcome of the interview in your favor. Of course, patiently waiting for a response is more than acceptable option, but if you choose to follow up, there's a fine line between showing that you're interested or sounding way too desperate. So here's a few tips I want to provide you on how to effectively follow up post-interview. Now, at the end of the interview, it doesn't hurt to ask for a timeline of what happens next. This info will assist in when exactly you should follow up. Now, for example, you don't want to be hounding your recruiter or hiring manager after 1 week if you've been told that the decision won't be made for another 2 weeks. However, on the same token, if you've been told that you'd get an update within 1 week and it's been 2, you're probably feeling very anxious for the result. Now, if you're working with a recruiter, to fast track the process, if they haven't followed up with you post-interview, don't hesitate to give them a call to let them know your thoughts about the process. Now, one benefit of working with a recruiter is leveraging the relationship that they already have with the client. Use your recruiter to follow up, maybe answer some tough questions you haven't had clarified yet. For example, start date or pay negotiations, just to keep you sane during the follow-up process. On that note, if you've applied directly to the company, it doesn't hurt to send the employer a follow-up email saying thank you for seeing them. It shows that you're appreciative of their time, polite, approachable, and interested in knowing what's next. Another good idea would be to connect with them on LinkedIn. Since you've bonded on a professional level, it's perfectly acceptable and not overstepping at all. This would also give them the opportunity to view your profile and remind them about the interview and interaction with you. Now, being considered out of a bunch of applicants, it's not a bad way to keep your application and profile on the interviewer's mind. Now, if you don't hear from either the hiring manager or recruiter within the time frame that they've set out for you, it's perfectly acceptable to follow up. But remember, there's a fine line between sounding genuinely interested or desperate, so don't go overboard filling up their voicemail or inbox. Short and sweet is definitely key. It's in the unlikely event that both your recruiter and hiring manager don't give you a feedback at all, don't be afraid to contact the business agency line or the company line directly. Be polite, explain why you're calling, and if you don't get through, just leave a polite message. And there you have it, guys. Don't stress. You followed up accordingly. You've done all you can. There's a variety of things that could be happening in the background which may be delaying the process. So be patient, and to be safe, keep progressing with your job hunt. At the end of the day, you've got to do what's in your best interest and hedge your bets against all available options. But regardless of how the interview went, you do deserve to know the final result. When you finally do hear from your hiring manager or recruiter, you'll then be hit with either the good or the bad news. So bear in mind that the game of chess or poker is still in progress. So keep a lookout for my next video on the best ways to tackle an offer or rejection in your favor. As always, hope you all have a great day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.